Hello, my name is Matt Helms. I'm a major airline captain here in the United States, and due to recent contract changes, there are about 11,350 plus pilots at my airline that are in the market for a brand new headset at little to no cost to them. So I reached out to both David Clark and Bose, and I asked them to send me their very best A&R headsets so I could use them, abuse them a little bit, and then review them and let the pilots at my airline and others know what's out there, how they performed, and what I thought of them. So today, we're looking at the brand new Bose A30 headsets. This is the flagship model, the latest release from Bose, and it is feature packed. It's a super great headset, and I've really enjoyed using it, and I can't wait to tell you about my experience with it. But this video, like the ones previous, we're going to talk about what's in the box when you buy this headset, followed by a few basic specifications that you may want to know about. Then a review, kind of a top to bottom review of the headset itself, followed by my experience when I went out and used this headset for the past couple of months. Then we'll talk about kind of the cost of ownership, what it's going to cost to buy it, maintain it, replace a few parts on it every now and then. So what do you get in the box? First of all, great box from Bose. But like, all the boxes that you get with these brand new headsets, you can throw your old headset in your brand new box and never think about it again. In the box, of course, you get your headset, and Bose has a really nice headset bag. It's very protective of the headset, and especially for a headset this expensive, you want to keep it in the bag, keep it protected. They also include a 3.5 millimeter cable in case you have a non-Bluetooth device that you want to plug in. So really nice bag. You get a warranty card and a big, how to set up the headset little manual, and then you get a really thick 60+ page manual, the user guide that you can review it, learn anything you want to know about the headset. So also in the box, they'll give you a set of batteries and this little rubber band looking thing that hooks to your A&R module. So nice box, really nice bag. It's a little bit bigger than the other bags from, say, David Clark, but the headset's a little bit bigger, so that, of course, would make sense. So get this thing put back together. Some of the specifications of this Bose A30. This thing only weighs 12 ounces. Super lightweight headset. It's because the materials they've chosen to use, a little bit of metal, a whole bunch of plastic. Only about 12 ounces. They don't tell you anything about what the clamping force is in pounds or anything like that. But from the A20 headset to the A30 headset, they've reduced the clamping force by 20%. So that's a significant reduction in the pressure on your head. I know that there was a little bit of complaints with the A20s and how much force was on the head. The batteries, 2 AA batteries, they last about 45 hours. That's under normal conditions. If you're using your Bluetooth a lot or something, it might be a little bit less than that, but 45 hours is about right. This is TSO certified. It's got A&R, Bluetooth. It's got 3 different modes with the A&R, a high, a medium, and a low. In the high mode, you get 30 decibels of noise reduction. In the medium, it's just a little selector you use there, you get about 10 decibels of noise reduction. And in the low mode, only about 5 to 10 decibels of noise reduction. It also has what's known as a talk-through communication mode, and we'll talk about that when I go on the headset review. So a few basic specifications for this headset. Bose does have a spec sheet that if you want to know a little bit more detail, you can look at that, no problem. It's online. So let's look at the headset from top to bottom. Plugs from Bose, heavy duty, good quality, you're never going to have a problem with them. The length from where you plug in the headset to the control module, it's a little bit shorter than, say, the David Clark models. And what that means is when you have it plugged in, you're not going to have the Bluetooth module right in front of you when you're changing the batteries. You're going to have to kind of lean over and shift a little bit to get to that battery changing, but not a big deal. When you come up here to the cord, you'll notice a big difference from your A20. This cord is super thin, super flexy, and it stays out of your way, doesn't tug on your headset. They also give you a couple of clips. Other headset manufacturers are kind of leaving those out. It's nice that Bose includes those. They're really helpful for cord management and for kind of clipping your cord away from you so it doesn't get in your way. The Bluetooth module, this little rubber band thing they give you goes on your Bluetooth module. You kind of just snap it in place, and you can then hang your Bluetooth module wherever you want to. I lost the first one of these I had the first day I used it, so they can kind of disappear in a dark cockpit. Just make sure you keep track of it. Your batteries, like I said, 2 AA, last about 45 hours, and when you get inside this compartment, you've got 5 different pins. There is a revisionary pin that, in case you have any electronic problems with this headset, you can turn that revisionary pin on and it bypasses all the electronics. You can still use your headset. Then you have what's called tap control. Tap control with this headset is a lot like kind of your your earbuds that you get. You put on your headset, and if you want to turn off the A&R, you double tap one of the headphones, and it turns off the A&R on that side. That way you can kind of hear communication from your first officer or someone who came in the cockpit or something like that without having to shift your headphone to the side of your head. It's a talk-through communication feature. You can double tap your headphone again, and it turns the A&R back on. That feature is available if you're in the medium or high setting on your A&R. Really useful feature. The only thing that I would caution is that sometimes when you adjust your headset, you can sometimes enable the talk-through communication while you're flying. You'll notice it immediately. Your A&R kind of disappears, and you're like, oh, and you just double tap it, and it comes right back on. Another pin that's in the back underneath your batteries is your priority pin. You can choose to prioritize what comes through your 3.5 millimeter jack from an auxiliary source or your Bluetooth. So you can choose which one of those two things has priority over the other one. The intercom switch is in here. You can choose between stereo or mono, and in the 737 we use mono, of course. And then your final pin is the auto off feature. So if you've ever forgotten to turn off your headset, throw your headset in your flight bag, you come back to dead batteries. If you have your auto on off selected, it saves your batteries. You unplug your headset, and Bose says between 3 and 45 minutes, who knows how it decides, the headset turns off automatically, saves your batteries, so you come back to batteries that aren't dead. Put this little rubber band back on. It's held in place just by the friction of it on the module. On the side of your module here, you have a little volume controller, and this is for your Bluetooth. So let's say you're listening to music and you want to turn up the volume, sitting there on the ground. You can control the volume of your phone with this volume control. A separate volume control is up here at the top of the headset, and that controls the volume inside your ear cups. Left is left, right is right. Power button works like every other power button you've ever used. Turn it on, and one thing that you'll notice about this headset that is different than the A20 is that the lights are much dimmer. The A20 LED lights were very bright. They would illuminate the cockpit. These lights are not that bright, but if they're a little bit too bright for you, you can press the power button twice and it cuts them in half. If that's still too bright, you can press the button 3 times and it goes into full night mode. Both the Bluetooth and the power indicator do not illuminate at all. Bose got that right. Other headset manufacturers haven't gotten to that level yet. Bose got that absolutely right. The nighttime feature is fantastic. Press the power button one more time, your lights come back on full bright. Underneath your power button, you've got a selector, high, medium, and low. Now this is how much active noise you get through your headphones. In high, you're getting the full 30 decibels. Medium, it reduces it a little bit. You go down to, from 30 decibels, you go down to about 10 decibels of noise reduction. And when you go into the low mode, you go down to about 5 decibels of noise reduction. And, you know, I guess that's useful if you want to be wearing your headphones and still be able to talk to people. But I found in using it that it kind of, when you're in the low mode, it amplifies all the sound around you. And communication isn't super easy just talking to somebody. If you have, say, recirculation fans going on in the cockpit, it will enhance that noise. If you don't have any of that background noise, it works just fine. You've got your Bluetooth button. Now this Bluetooth button is feature packed. And we're not going to go over every single thing that the Bluetooth button does. It has 11 different functions for phone calls. Answering, hanging up, switching between 2 different phone calls, putting someone on hold. So in your manual, it'll tell you all about that. But your Bluetooth works fantastic. Right beneath your Bluetooth, you've got 3 different modes, like most headsets. You have it in the off position, and you're not going to have any Bluetooth at all. In the mix position, you're going to have a mix between ATC communications over your headset and the Bluetooth or phone call. They're going to be mixed at the same time. You're going to hear both of them at the same, whatever volume level you have them set up. When you go up into the mute selector, which is at the very top there, ATC is going to have priority. So it will block out everything else and let you have clear ATC communication. You don't miss anything. All right, so that's your module. Feature packed, and you would expect that out of a top-of-the-line headset. So lots of features there. The cord, 6.5 feet long, plenty of cord. Once again, super flexy, really different than the A20. It's a better cord for sure. When you get up here to the headset, the boom mic. When I put this headset on, as opposed to the A20, this microphone goes exactly where I want it to. My A20, the boom mic was a little bit thicker, and I had to have it at a weird angle to have it go where I wanted it to. This boom mic, wherever you put it, it just stays there. It's a great little flexible boom here. The microphone sits right where I want it to. It's a real improvement. And on that note, the A20s used to have to take 2 little screws out with a Phillips head screwdriver to be able to change your boom mic from one side to the other. Not this headset. You just remove, you open up a couple little tabs, and your boom mic comes off that easy. You take off the other side, switch your boom mic. It takes no time. Now the tabs, as you can see, are small. They're very delicate, and you have to, there's a channel at the bottom here and this metal piece right here. You have to line up everything just kind of perfectly. It's a little bit, as you can tell while I'm doing this, it's a little bit fiddly. Just like that, it slides in easily. And you close the little tabs. Like I said, a little bit fiddly, but a great feature. I'm glad they put it on this headset. You can switch your boom mic very easily. Now, your actual frame of your headset, you've got a little bit of metal up here. The rest of it is plastic. That's why this headset is so light. Like I said, only about 12 ounces. It's high quality plastic. It has a good feel, but it's still plastic. A little bit of metal at the top, plastic the rest. You've got a leatherette ear seal. This is the exact same ear seal that you had on your A20s if you had A20s. Really comfortable. The one thing about these ear seals though, is that whenever you have the headset on and you're going to be using sunglasses, unless you have a really thin pair of sunglasses like Ray-Bans or Serengetis, the ear seal can be broken and the A&R reduces a little bit of its effectiveness. So with a thin pair of sunglasses like this, it's not a big deal. You don't notice much of a difference. With my thicker readers, when I put these on, they break the seal to a large degree. You notice a big difference. I know some people wear their glasses where they're above the ear seal and they don't break it at all. It looks a little bit goofy, but it gets the job done. But that's one thing with these A30s, the exact same with the A20s. When you're using a thicker sunglasses or readers, you break the seal of that A&R. It's really noticeable. And that's because of the type of ear cup they use. It's not super thick, therefore there's not a lot of room for a pair of sunglasses to conform around the memory foam in here. So you lose a little bit of that A&R. Just a feature you need to know about. Pivots at the very top, like I said, about a 20% reduction there. And you have some articulation here in the arm so you can get a nice fit. You've got microphones on the outside, microphones on the inside. They talk to each other to give you a real nice A&R experience. Let me tell you about my experience using this headset. The first thing I noticed when I put them on were the pads at the top of the headset. The old A20s had these really kind of thin, fiddly pads. A lot of people got an aftermarket pad that made it more comfortable. You don't need anything aftermarket with this headset. Super comfortable, just the way it is. These pads fit nicely to the head. They don't heat up your head at all. Nice and comfortable. The ear seals fit to your head nicely. Now, you'll notice with the fit of this headset that you have to get the height of the headset proper, because if not, the A&R breaks at the bottom of your ear at your jawline. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. So that's your headset. How do I like using it? Well, this was a great experience with this headset. I have flown with its counterpart, the A20, for about a decade. So I had high expectations for this headset. It did not disappoint. Of the 3 headsets that I've reviewed so far, the David Clark Pro X2, the David Clark 1X, and the Bose A20, this is, without a doubt, the quietest of the 3. But it's not the quietest headset out there, unfortunately. Still, the quietest headset on the market is the Bose A20. If having the quietest headset is important to you, and that's kind of at the top of your list, this headset is still the quietest. And I know that because I flew around with 4 headsets in my flight bag for 2 months, and I was able to take one headset off, put another headset on immediately, and compare them real time in the air while I was flying. The A20 still beats the A30. Not by a huge margin, a slim margin. I find that there's a little bit more bass in the A20 sound, a little bit more treble in the A30 sound. Now, why is this headset more quiet than this headset? Remember that clamping force reduction of 20%? Might have a lot to do with that. That clamping force, keeping that ear seal close to your ear, has been reduced a little bit. Plus, it's an entirely different A&R system. This is an electronic A&R system. It's a totally different technology. So it's reading the sound waves differently and it's interpreting them differently. And you're getting a little bit of a different sound. And when I say quieter, you get a little bit more high frequency wind noise with these. That's it. The microphone, I think, is better on this headset. It's very sensitive. It picks up your voice easily. The communication with your buddy next to you, ATC, the flight attendants, crystal clear and crisp. If you didn't have both headsets to test side by side, you might not notice the difference that I noticed. But, you know, honest review here. Now, another thing that I really enjoyed when I used this headset was the fact that I could use it all day long and not feel the pressure on my head that maybe the A20 would give me. I could wear this headset all day long, super comfortable, and it wasn't a worry at all. Now, I gave this headset to 4 different first officers that I flew with, and I had a few first officers that already had this headset and they were using it. Got their experience. We talked about the features and what they liked and what they disliked and all that sort of thing. Something did creep up. If the ear seal doesn't fit your head perfectly, you get what I'm going to call a little bit of a sonic hammer in your earphone. If you've ever been driving around in a car and you've unrolled just one window and you get that air hammer, that's kind of what you're getting with sound waves in your earphone. The bottom of the headphone breaks seal just a little bit, and you get this vibration. With a couple of the people that used this headset, it became progressively worse, and they had to take the headset off because it was kind of bothering their ear, and they had to turn the ANR off to be able to use the headset. Something you need to know about. You might encounter that if this headset doesn't fit your head just right. One good thing though, Bose offers a 90-day try it and return it type of deal. You can buy the headset, try it out, and within 90 days, ship it back to Bose at their expense and get a full refund. So it's something you need to know about, but I don't think it's worth not trying the headset out because of that one feature. Other things that we noticed with this headset, first officers I flew with and me. With other headsets, whenever you use the intercom or you talk with each other, there was sometimes a difference in the sound floor. Things would get a little bit noisier as you spoke, kind of a high frequency noise on top of your communication. With the Bose headset, I did not experience that at all. There was a constant level of noise reduction no matter what I was doing, whether it was listening to music on the ground or talking with air traffic control or the flight attendants. The ANR worked flawlessly, constantly, without any change in the sound floor. So if that's important to you, these headsets perform that task really well. So a great headset, really nice ANR, feature-packed, top-of-the-line Bose headset. The second quietest headset out there, next to the A20, another Bose product. Now, I worry a little bit with the build of this headset over, say, 5-10 years because of the plastic construction. I see where things could crack or break. That was my experience with the A20s. And Bose, got me replacement parts and fixed them. But that's one of the, I guess, the trade-offs for having a lightweight frame. Things can break. I haven't had anything break on this headset. I haven't used it that long. But with the plastic build, that's something that I, would be mindful of. But of course, Bose, like David Clark, have a 5-year warranty with this headset. So you've got plenty of time to use it, abuse it. If something breaks, they're going to take care of you. Their customer service has been pretty good with Bose. So great headset. I really enjoyed using it. I'd watch out for that air hammering, or excuse me, the sonic hammering, if the ear seal breaks just a little bit on you. A few of my first officers experienced that. Just make sure you test that out if you buy this headset so it's not a concern of yours. Now, what does this headset cost? This is expensive. $1,299. Let's just call that $1,300, right? So the most expensive headset out there in this type of headset, the over-the-ear ANR headset, it's top of the line. You're paying a lot for that name Bose, that's for sure. Is it worth it? Well, you've got to decide that for yourself. If you need to replace the microphone on this headset, this is maybe one of the negatives, if you will. You can't just replace the microphone. Or if this cord gets damaged, you can't just replace the cord. You have to remove the entire microphone assembly, including the Bluetooth module, and buy a new one. That's $350. That's not a small sum of money. If you need to replace this head cushion up here, these two pieces, that's only 25 bucks. The ear seals, they're same as the A20s. Those will run you 18 bucks. This little mic protector, the little mic muff there, that's going to run you 10 bucks. If you like the Bose clips, those run you 10 bucks as well. On this side, they call it a terminal cap. If you're changing your headphone from one side to the other, or excuse me, your microphone from one side to the other, this cap right here, if you break it or lose it, and you need to replace that, that's $12. So, expensive headset, a little bit higher cost of ownership with having to replace the A&R module with the microphone potentially. But I really enjoyed using it. It is high quality, built to last. If you're wanting to upgrade your headset, this is a great option. I really appreciate you watching this video. I have one last video coming out. I'm going to get the A20, the A30, the DC-1X, and the DC Pro X2 all together. And we're going to do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison of everything laid out together. And hopefully that will give you the final information you may need to make a decision on your next headset purchase. Thanks for watching.